It's Sunday, April 27th, about 9:15 in the morning, about 65 degrees. And this is hive number 17. I'm just going to do a quick check on this. I consolidated it down a couple weeks ago. Um, just going to do a hive inspection today to make sure there's a brood, and then kind of go from there. So that's our hive hugger insulated top. Worked out pretty good. I do have a cloth cover on there, cloth inner cover. Helps, I think, helps keep the bees under control when you're going to do an inspection. So we'll just dive in here, see what we got. Last time I was in here, there was a bunch of honey on this outer frame, and it's looking like that's the case again. If I can get this to come out, it's a little bit tight. Okay, that's about half a frame of honey there. I'll bring you guys in a little bit closer. You can see there's quite a few bees sitting in here. If they're pretty calm, I'm not going to light a smoker. If they start to get a little bit antsy, I will light up the smoker. Okay, so what do we got here? Got some bee bread, resources. Got looks like what's a hatched queen cell. So that's interesting. I didn't see that last time. It could have been there. I just didn't see it. And I'm using 2 cloth inner covers just to keep the frames covered. Helps keep the bees under control. Reduces the need to smoke them. Okay, there's another big old frame of bee bread. I don't see any sign of any brood. There is a queen. The queen is right here. I don't know if you guys will be able to see her. She's crawling along the frame right there. Wait for her to pop back out. She's in that gap with the foundation right now. There she is. So she looks healthy. Um, I'm going to take out one more frame just to make sure that there's some eggs in here. She looks like she's getting ready to lay. So I'm not going to dig too deep here today. The bees are pretty calm. So that's making me think that everything's just fine. I may capture her and mark her since I do have all my stuff. We can demonstrate that real quick. I'm going to pull out one more frame and then go back to the queen. Hoping to just see some eggs or larvae in here, just to help me make sure that there's what it is. Okay, there's a whole frame of brood, both sides, so very healthy. This hive, I'm not going to worry too much about. I'll need to probably get a super on here next weekend, so we'll go ahead and look at marking this queen. So let me get my queen marking stuff ready. This season is a blue marker. I always like to test my marker somewhere before I use it, just to make sure it's not going to. And maybe we're not going to mark today because my marker's not working. I do have a green marker, but I don't want to marker green. There we go. Now I'm getting some blue marks. There we go. Well, we'll go ahead and mark her. So pull this out. See if we can find her. You can see the bees are being a little bit cranky there. See if we can find her again. If not, no big deal. It was more important for me at that point to make sure there was brood versus getting her marked. So she may have moved on to another frame, which again is fine. I'm not seeing her on here. Good thing is we do know she was there. She was very healthy. There's a full frame of, at least one full frame of brood in there. So that's making everything look good. I do see some drones. So we'll put this one back. We'll try the next one just real quick. See if she happens to be in there. I'm going to be real careful putting this back in so I don't accidentally squish any bees. Inner cover, I see, just roll that inner cover back. It kind of keeps the bees a little quieter. Keeps me from having to light up the smoker. Maybe she's on this first frame. If not, again, not a big deal. I won't chase her down just to mark her. Drones, lots of workers. Okay. I'm not seeing her. So we'll just let things go this week. Try to catch up with her next week and get some marks on her. I'm going to keep the camera going at this point because we're going to go over to Hive 12 and check on that hive. So let me just get these in here. We'll get the inner cover closed up. Calm those bees down a little bit. There we go. Get these queen marking tools out of here. Put the insulated cover on. I'm leaving these insulated covers on year round now. Just seems like it can help them maintain their hive. So, and then put this on. Great, we're good there. Okay, now we're going to move over to the next hive. Hive number 12. This hive was a split a couple of weeks ago. Just need to do a health check on it. See what's up. Grab my equipment real quick here. I don't have an insulated cover on this one at this point. Probably need to get one on there. Same thing, cloth inner cover. Not a ton of bees, not as many as the other hive. Um, this was a split with a marked queen. So we're looking for the green queen in here. Yeah, they're looks like they're doing okay so far. See some drones. See some worker bees. See some pollen on feet. Okay, there we go. There's a whole bunch of brood, which we really like to see. We do see some eggs and younger larvae. Not seeing the queen right off. Again, don't need to see her at this point. There's some nectar they're putting in. Probably need to get a honey super on this one next weekend. Yeah, lots of drones, lots of worker bees. I'm gonna just do one more and then call it good here. They generally look like they're in good shape. I'm not too worried about it. I just set that brush on there to keep that inner cover from blowing around. Some people moisten their cloths before they put them on, just to keep them from blowing around and to keep the hive a little bit moisturized. Nothing wrong with that. Um, okay, another really good frame of brood. See lots of pollen, lots of workers and drones. Same on that side, just a really good looking frame of bees. Do not see the queen. I will go ahead and do one more just to see if we can spot that queen. This is definitely the last frame I'm going to do. They're getting a little bit wound up. I just don't want to have to light the smoker to do anything here this morning. There we go. Another nice frame. Okay, there's our queen. She's right there if you can see her. Looks like she's doing well. I went ahead and put that frame back in just so we didn't have any chance of her jumping off. So she's in good shape there. I'm going to go ahead and get this all put back together and closed up. And there we go. Inner cover, cloth inner cover back on, regular cover back on, and that inspection's complete.